Hello all and welcome to our interesting topic on how to write a business requirements document from scratch, where we strip away the corporate fluff to focus on building a clean, hyper-focused project roadmap. This live walkthrough is designed to bridge the communication gap between business stakeholders who have a problem and the technical teams who need to build the solution, ensuring your next project gets greenlit without endless back-and-forth meetings. Next is the first major section of our live walkthrough covering the executive summary and project objectives, spanning from the 1-minute mark to the 2.5-minute mark of the video. Even though the executive summary appears at the very top of your document, you should always write it last as a 4 to 5 sentence elevator pitch summarizing the current business pain point, the proposed solution, and the ultimate business value. Directly below this, you will establish your project objectives using the SMART framework to anchor your project to reality, shifting away from vague goals to highly specific targets like reducing customer checkout abandonment by 15% within the third quarter. Next is the second phase of our document layout running from the 2.5-minute mark to the 4-minute mark, which focuses on defining the project scope and identifying key stakeholders to prevent unauthorized scope creep. Inside your template, you must split this into clear in-scope and out-of-scope subsections to explicitly state what features, systems, and processes you are upgrading and exactly what you are leaving untouched for this phase. Directly beneath your scope boundaries, you should create a stakeholder table that outlines the project sponsor, product manager, lead engineer, and compliance officers along with their final sign-off authorities. Next is the core meat of the document spanning from the 4-minute to the 6-minute mark, where we detail the actual requirements by carefully separating business needs from functional behaviors. Business requirements focus entirely on the high-level goals of the company, answering what the business wants to achieve, such as allowing users to complete purchases using saved credit card information to increase repeat transaction velocity. Functional requirements translate those high-level goals into concrete system actions, explicitly describing exactly how the system must behave to fulfill that business need. Next is the practical translation of these concepts within our live template walkthrough, demonstrating how a single business goal breaks down into explicit system actions. For instance, a business requirement stating that the system must allow users to complete purchases using saved credit card information will directly spawn multiple functional requirements. These functional requirements will dictate that the system shall display a use saved card checkbox at checkout for authenticated users, and that the system shall securely encrypt and store tokenized payment credentials in compliance with standard security protocols. Next is the fourth phase of our template running from the 6-minute mark to the 7.5-minute mark, focusing on the real-world limitations through constraints, assumptions, and risks. Constraints represent your non-negotiable boundaries like hard launch deadlines, strict budget limits, or legacy system dependencies, while assumptions cover things you believe to be true but have not fully verified yet. Finally, you must list your project risks alongside clear mitigation strategies, ensuring that if a dependency like a third-party vendor delays their documentation, your team can pivot to using a mock API environment to keep development moving forward. Finally, the conclusion and wrap-up of our walkthrough spanning the last 30 seconds of the business requirements document is a living artifact meant to be walked through with your engineering leads and primary stakeholders together to gather early feedback and secure formal sign-offs before a single line of code is written. By investing the time to lay out your business intent clearly on day one, you ultimately save your entire team weeks of wasted development time down the road. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.